I did a video that was very similar to this. It was called Travis Etienne Father These Running Backs Like It's a Hobby, I think. But yeah, a lot of this was copy and pasted from that video, from that research, okay? Because it got like 8 views, okay? That was not. This is totally original research. Got it. Stick along, because Trey Sermon is being far overdrafted and Elijah Mitchell isn't. Okay, guys, listen. It may sound simple at first, but please, hear me out. If you cannot beat out your teammates in college, how is it going to happen in the NFL? Kennedy Brooks is everyone's father. In 2017, Trey Sermon is a freshman at Oklahoma. The planes come rushing in. He is a freshman. He gets outproduced by the sophomore, Rodney Anderson, a future 6th round pick. Ooh, Trey Sermon's ass. In 2018, freshman Kennedy Brooks. Freshman Kennedy Brooks outproduces Trey Sermon significantly. So let me get this straight, everybody. Trey Sermon, as a freshman, could not outproduce future 6th round pick Rodney Anderson, but Kennedy Brooks was able to outproduce Trey Sermon as a freshman, which means if Rodney Anderson got 6th round draft capital, then Trey Sermon should get worse than that, right? Because he's worse than Rodney. Am I right? Is this making any sense to you? Well, the NFL thought otherwise. In 2019, sophomore Kennedy Brooks monopolizes the backfield. And Ramondre Stevenson is just as good, if not better, than Trey Sermon. Ramondre Stevenson, he runs like a 4.8. 10-yard dash. Slow. However, the coast is clear. Kennedy Brooks opts out of the 2020 season. It's Trey Sermon time, baby. Trey Sermon season is on the horizon, but no. Trey Sermon preemptively transferred before Kennedy Brooks could even opt out, because he was like, I can't beat out Kennedy Brooks. I'm a bitch. I'm a pussy. I can't beat out this motherfucker. I'm gonna transfer. So this man basically, right? He literally gets bullied out touches, right? Like, this is like the 7-year-old in class that just like holds the ball aside, like, you can't get it. He fucking gets bullied out of touches, bro, and then he just leaves, right? He moves to the vacant backfield of Ohio State where J.K. Dobbins just left, right? So there's no clear alpha, right? This guy comes in and he beats out Master Teague, who is awful, bro. He's so bad. Master Teague was really bad. Ramondre Stevenson leads the Oklahoma backfield with an impressive stat line in 6 games, beating out T.J. Pletcher. And once again, ETN. Ah, fuck. Basically, he gets bullied out of touches because he freaking sucks. And he's bad at football. However, who comes to the rescue? Elijah Mitchell. In 2017, as a 19-year-old freshman, Elijah Mitchell plays 5 games for the Ragin' Cajuns. In 2018, he's outtouched by eventual NFL UDFA Trey Ragas, but is much more efficient with this stat and this stat. In 2019, he relegates not only Trey Ragas, but also Raymond Calais, a future 7th round pick, and had the lion's share of carries, but efficiency was poor relative to competition. So that kind of sucks. However, in 2020, he would redeem himself. He carries it more than Ragas, with better efficiency, as well as catching more passes. So just from this description, one could make the argument, without any other data, any other testing, that Elijah Mitchell is indeed the superior running back to Trey Sermon. Happy Pride Month, gay Sermon. I love gay people. However, there is more data. He's a bit smaller in the frame. But we love our short kings. Right, guys? He's very fast and athletic. And I'm not talking about Trey Sermon. Elijah Mitchell absolutely blazed. He runs a 4.4 flat in the 97th percentile among all qualified prospects. His burst, his agility, both elite. And Trey Sermon, he runs a fucking 4.66. He wasn't even in the second, third quadrant. He was in the 29th percentile. In conclusion, you cannot prop up shitty prospects because of situation. Trey Sermon's awful. He's not fast. He's not productive. He gets bullied by not only Kennedy Brooks, the freshman, but Ramondre Stevenson by the law of conservation of draft capital. If Trey Sermon is not as good as Rodney Anderson, and Rodney Anderson is a 6th round pick, and Kennedy Brooks is better than Trey Sermon, shouldn't Trey Sermon be less than a 6th round pick? No, because he goes in the 3rd round of the NFL draft. Kyle Shanahan trades up for not only Mac Jones, I mean Trey Lance, but for Trey Sermon as well. They have all the fucking trades except for the 3-pointer and Treyarch. They made Call of Duty. In conclusion, do not draft Trey Sermon. As you saw, or I don't know what time they're coming up, as you will or have already seen in the Terrence Marshall video, landing spots change and are drastically overrated. Always bank on the prospect profile. This means production plus athleticism plus other measurables. Trey Sermon is not good at any of those, and Elijah Mitchell happens to be. Okay? He just does. So go ahead, draft, please do draft Elijah Mitchell. And do it everywhere you can, because he is a better prospect in a vacuum than Trey Sermon. However, Trey Sermon gets traded up for, Jeff Wilson gets hurt, he goes to now he's a fucking 1st round pick. No, he's awful. He's a bad football player. He cannot play football at a high level. He's bad at football. However, he gets propped up by fucking situation and landing spot. Do not draft Trey Sermon. He's not a good football player. Ah, fuck, man. Ow. Don't draft Trey Sermon, guys. Or anyone who gets pushed up by landing spot. Always bank on the prospect profile like Elijah Mitchell, like Rashad Bateman, like Terrence Marshall. Always bank on the profile. If it's a good profile, they'll win eventually. Talent wins out every time. Come on, guys. It's fucking simple. Fucking trash, man. It doesn't have to be hard. Draft good players and reap the benefits. That's about it. Have a good day, everybody. I love you all.